Welcome back to another video of Introduction to Biology. This one is taxonomy, so I'm not a huge fan of this one, but this one is mostly the classification of species, animals, plants, fungus, bacteria, etc. So let's get right into it. We have the taxonomy of life, and I already just described it. It's just naming different species as well as the kingdoms of life, what each of these kingdoms are, and phylogenetics. Okay. So the taxonomy of an organism is goes into multiple different categories. For example, there's the animal kingdom, and there's the plant kingdom, and there's different kingdoms like that. So when you're going into life, there's only one domain, whether it's alive or not, and then there's different domains as to where it is, kingdoms as to what describes it, and then goes more specific from there. Here's the plant kingdom. Um, all living or extinct plant life, eukaryotic, which I described early in an earlier video, multicellular, autotrophic, rigid cell wall, chloroplast, and chlorophyll. Those just simply mean it has photosynthesis, or at least most of the time it has photosynthesis. The animal kingdom is also eukaryotic, multicellular, heterotrophic. Heterotrophic and autotrophic is how it procreates. Um, but like whether or not it needs someone of the opposite or something of the opposite sex, or if it just needs something of different categories. Specialized tissues, um, motility, so it's mobile, it can move, and advanced nervous systems. Fungus are also eukaryotic. They're also very small, so they're micro, can cause diseases for larger organisms. Non-motile, so it's not a mobile creature or um, thing. Non-vascular, so does not breathe, and is single-celled. Bacteria create spores, single-celled, so prokaryotic, lack cellular membrane, binary fission, and major cause of disease. This is what causes most of the diseases for larger organisms, especially animals. Archaea, single-celled, prokaryotic, unique cell membrane can produce chemicals, asexual reproduction, extreme environments. So usually you'll find these at like the bottom of the ocean, within volcanoes, just crazy places, and cannot produce spores. And then protista, um, single-celled nuclear membranes. Most are mobile, asexual and sexual, multiple ways of digestion. This simply means because animals ingest foods. Um, some different creatures absorb foods, and plants um, photosynthesize. So these can do all three depending on what it is. And phylogenetics are the study of the evolutionary relationship between species. So essentially, when we're starting off in our world, every creature is the same, or there's going to be one original creature, and then as time goes on, depending on the environment, the creature will change. So, for example, we have angelfish that's closer to the beginning of time. These creatures are closer related to the original creature than um, we are as humans. And then eventually they evolved into having four legs, and that became something along the lines of a frog. Not a frog specifically, but something similar. As you can see, there's a long line here for what they evolved after a long time. And then they amniote egg, so it became a crocodile, just a different type of egg. And eventually, mammals became existent, and so creatures like the platypus and the kangaroo and elephant um, started to become alive. There is 8.7 million different species of plants and animals. This is just a fun statistic I found. So, and there's probably more out there that we just haven't discovered yet. So if you want to name your different species, refer back to these and figure out what to name it based on what species it is, what what kingdom it lies under, um, and the family and order. Um, these are all different things to consider when you're naming a new creature. So there you go.